show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, hello, and welcome. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of Monday Morning Motivation with the Queen. Of course, I am the visionary, Queen Angela, right here to motivate you, to inspire you, to encourage you, to uplift you, to hopefully help you jumpstart your week, jumpstart your Monday, y'all. Y'all, it's Monday. We made it. We made it another week. Y'all, we made it another month. It is a new month. This is the first Monday of May. So, y'all, we are now marching. We're marching on yet another month. We conquered another month. For those that did not even think that they would see 2025. Be proud of yourself because you are now in the fifth month, and five represents grace. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful, y'all. We've been talking about shift over these last what I think we're on intentional now. We should be moving on right along with intentional and focus should be our next two that we're going to be discussing. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in and all you that have purchased your copy of the book, whether you got the printed copy, the e-copy, or the audio copy. Y'all, I'm telling you, go grab them while they are purchasable because y'all know with these tarps and all these different things that may be changing, I want you to go ahead and grab it while you can afford it because right now you can get the audio book for 99 cents, you can get the digital book for 99 cents, and you can get a printed copy for $8.88, y'all. I'm telling you, this is definitely a book that you want to have in your library just for reference, just something that you can refer to, something that you can pull on every day. You can go back and you can reflect on it. It's a 7-day challenge. It's teaching you how to shift. Y'all, and every time you elevate, every time you shift through these different 7 stages, you can go back and repeat them and continue to elevate. So I was just sitting over here just thinking because I was working on the men's book that I'm working on. Did not get the response from the gentlemen, our kings that I was expecting to get. So I'm going to have to, really do this book myself. Me and I have a couple of friends that's gonna, come together with me because y'all, a lot of us really truly don't understand that some of the things that we have endured, some of the things that we have experienced, overcame, however we look at it. It was not for us, but it was for people that we were going to come in contact with, people that we were going to need to share these things with. Oftentimes I sit and I wonder why did I have to go through some of the things that I went through, and no one else in my family had to endure these things. No one else in my family had to go through these things. But then all the time the answer is why not? Who are you? I have no respectable person. So how you get through these things, how you maneuver through, how you he want to see what what your character is going to be like. He want to see how you're going to handle people. If you're going to handle people with respect while you're going through, or you're going to be disrespectful, because I know a lot of people when they're going through, they wear a lot of their emotions. They wear a lot of what they're going through on them. You can see what they're going through because they display it all over them. And we want to get out of that place where we wear everything. We need to get in a place where stuff happens. We realize that these things happen. We get over it. You know, I have not always been at that place, but now I'm at a place where I value my health. I value my peace. I value a lot of different things, and I look at things a lot of different than I looked at maybe 10, 15, maybe even 5 years ago. You know, I look at a lot of the situations that I allowed myself to get into. If I had been in the mind space in the place where I am now, would these situations have happened? No, they would not have happened. But I had to go through that so that I could get to this place where I am now so that I could be able to help somebody else. So know that whatever you are going through, know that it is for your good and it is for his glory. Because whatever you're going through, he's going to get glorified through it. If you give him praise, if you acknowledge him, if you just recognize him, he can be glorified. And when you begin to glorify him, when you begin to give him praise, he began to open doors. He began to make things happen for you. He began to allow you to line up with that is already preordained for you. Like there's nothing that is happening in your life that should not be happening. We look at a lot of things and then we want to give the enemy, the devil, his imps, and all those people that don't deserve any credit. We want to give them credit because he's already told us that the enemy is under our feet and we have the power over scorpions and all those things. So if we have power over them, then why don't some of us operate in our power? Like the word tells us that we have the power to speak life or death. But yet I still hear people saying that people are trying to do this to them. People are doing this to them. People are doing this. They're always allowing. You allow that energy in. You allow that. So when you allow you, then they have to manifest because you talked it up. You brought it up. You brought it into to your vibration. You brought it into your space. See, when you move from things, when you know and you accept it for what it is. You own up to whatever it is. You accept it and you move on. You don't keep holding on to the same thing because when we hold on to that stuff, we hold on to that baggage, y'all. We keep carrying it around when we say we don't let it go. And we wonder why we can't go to the next level. We wonder why things are not opening. No, people are not coming against you. Nobody is coming against you. Nobody is vexing your energy. Nobody is doing nothing. You doing it to yourself. Why? Because you're holding on to baggage. You're holding on to stuff. See, I had to separate myself from some people because they were hurt. And they kept saying that, they wanted to be healed, that they've forgiven people, that they've let things go. But every conversation was always the same conversation. And it was always a hurtful conversation. But yet we see people, we wear many masks. And we keep covering up, we keep covering. Like, when are we really going to deal with these things? And that's what I'm trying to show you here in Shift. So we say in shifting, there is five, there's five major frameworks to shift. And the five major frameworks to shift is first, we have to understand self-awareness. We have to know who we are. We have to understand habits, good habits and bad habits. Good habits are those things that can help us grow, those things that can help us develop, those things that can help us go to the next level. Those bad habits are things that will keep us in the hindrance state, that will keep us stagnated, that will keep us always blaming others for our mistakes instead of owning up to that we have done. But once we are self-aware of who we are and all those things that come with being self-aware, And once we have learned what those bad habits are and done away with some of those bad habits and begin to allow those good habits to triculate through our lives and become part of our lives, then we can move on to the intentional stage where we can be intentional about those things that God has called us to, those things that He has purposed us to do, specifically for us. You know, a lot of us, we look at what other people are doing and we get sidetracked. And I say a lot of it comes from us wanting to live up to those things that other people say that we should be doing when if we go back to those things that we love to do as a child. And those things that brought us joy, that we were, that was, that gave us peace, that was not stressful. And I tell people all the time, those are the things that you need to pursue as a career. Those things that brought you joy, that brought you peace, that brought you happiness. Those things that allowed you to be creative, those things that allowed you to be free and not feel like you were in some type of bondage. And that's just with being aware of who you are and then developing those good habits. So, how do we be intentional? How do we be intentional? So, the 5 steps to being intentional are as follow. Here you go. So, the first step is reflection. So, how do we reflect? We have to pause and think about what we've done. Like, look within us, ask powerful questions, notice your thoughts and feelings, and get a clear what you want and need in this season. It's all about what you need and what you want in this season. What do I truly desire? What do I want to change or experience? Second, and these are your 5 steps to being intentional in this season. Number 2, release. Let go of anything that holds you back. Old beliefs, old regrets, bitterness, fear, forgiveness of self and others opens room for growth. What can I let go of today to make space for new beginnings? That's what we should be asking ourselves now. Right now, what can I let go of today that will allow for new beginnings? How can I let go of something? Next, after you have released, the third step is renew. How do you renew? We know over in the scripture it says that we need to renew our mind. So we have to fill our mind and our heart with fresh hope and truth. How do we do that? We got to read the word. We got to meditate on the word. We got to pray. And then we got to declare positive affirmations over ourselves. What are some empowering words and some truths that I'm holding on to today? Well, what can I speak over myself that I can hold on to, that I can carry throughout the day, that I can really embrace? And not only carry it throughout the day, but I can carry it throughout the week and throughout the month. And it become part of me. One of the things that I started a couple of years ago was I believed, and I started telling myself that I am the change that I desire to see. If I want change, I had to be that change. Change starts and ends with me. And I began to tell myself that every day. Every day I wake up and I believe that if I want to see change, that I have to do something to make that change come about. Even if I'm not seeing the change, I still have to do something every day to reach that change that I desire to see. Even if I don't see it in this realm, if I don't see it in this lifetime, at least I know I've done the things that I needed to do so that I could see a change that I wanted to see. It may not come into the next generation, the generation after me, but I put it out there because this is something that I want to see changed. So when you want to see change, you have to do something about it. A lot of us, we want more book sales. We want more. We want more presence. We want more. We want a lot more than where we are. But y'all, we're not doing any more than what we did 2 years ago, 2 minutes ago, 2 seconds ago, 20 years ago. It's like we're doing the same thing, but we're insane because we're expecting something different is gonna come. That's just like me believing that $1,000,000 is just about to fall in my lap and I'm just about to get $1,000,000, but yet I don't go to work nowadays. I just lay here in my bed and do nothing. But I'm believing that $1,000,000 is about to come forth. And for all those that just believe and don't believe that you have to put any actions behind it, you're so far from the truth. Yeah, we may write these great books. You may be the greatest speaker. You may post them everywhere. You may do all this. But nobody may not know who you are because you engage with no one. You go live now time. You have no conversations with no one. You don't interact on podcasts. You don't even try to get featured in magazines. You don't do anything to put yourself out there. But you're expecting a miracle to happen. See, when you want the impossible to happen, you have to believe that the possible God is going to do something. So in order for him to operate, he operate on our faith. He not finna just do something and you ain't invited him in to do nothing. So how do you invite him in? You got to let him know what's going on. You have to meditate. You got to pray. You got to reference him. You got to include him. And then a lot of us we want to move in secret because we say people don't mean us no good. People out to hinder us. No, you are hindering yourself. You mean yourself no good because everything that you're saying that other people are doing to you. Guess what, baby? Those people that you say hurt you, they not even thinking about you right now. Because guess what? If they hurt you and they moved on. They on to the hurt of the next person. So while you're holding on to all of the hurt, all of the pain, all of the unforgiveness, is doing nothing but keeping you in a state where you can't function normal. And then it seems like all the stuff that you're worrying about other people doing is causing you to distract from the things that you should be doing. Like some of us, we should have been put books out. Some of us should have 5, 6 books out in the hands of your readers. Number one, you have people out here that need your message that you've yet to allow them to hear your message. And then we have some individuals that keep being in anthologies when if you take the funds that you're pouring into these anthologies, you can put them into your own book. Told you, anybody want to publish a book? I will help you self-publish, start to finish, walk you through everything step by step within 90 days for $525. If you don't want me to do it, you want to do it on your own, I got a book, y'all. I got a book and it's on Walmart.com. You can Google it. 90 Days Self-Publishing with Queen Angela. I think it's $18. And it gives you everything you need to know. And it gives you some places where you can go and get additional information. Y'all, there's no excuse for us not being able to operate and to do the things that God has called us to in this season, because He's equipped us with individuals, and He's equipped individuals with resources and things that will help you. Don't think it's by chance that you're engaging, interacting, and coming in contact with certain people, and these certain people just keep coming across your path. Well, they keep coming in your midst because there's something that they're supposed to be helping you with. There's something that they're supposed to be assisting you with. But for some reason, you are being disobedient. When we move out of our own way and allow God to lead, guide, and direct us, some of these things that we're having a hard time with, we won't have a hard time with. So ask Him to fill your mind and your heart up anew with fresh hope and fresh truth. Second thing, reframe. Fourth thing, y'all. I went back to the second thing. Fourth thing, reframe. See your situation with new eyes. Shift your perspective. So what? The cup may look half empty. Flip it and say it's half full. That is almost where it need to be. And if you keep pressing that, it will be filled. So we got to learn how to shift how we see things. When we see a challenge, we got to learn how to turn it into an opportunity to learn, experience, and grow. Y'all, mistakes are an opportunity to learn, opportunities to grow, opportunities to learn lessons. Because guess what? If you don't make these mistakes, you'll never know what could have happened or what could not have happened. Hooray for the people that never make mistakes. When you do make that mistake, I hope you are prepared and understand that it happens. Yeah, everything can happen. Anything can happen. Because we have no power. The one that created us have our power. We only have the power to make choices. And it's our choices that we make that lead us to the different things that we end up doing and the different situations that we end up in. Free will. Free will have caused a lot of us to go through some things that we didn't have to go through if we had been obedient and followed the path that He had ordained for us. But because He gave us free will, there's things that we have to go through and things that we will go through so that we can experience and tell somebody else. Because remember, everything that we go through is not always for us. It's just a test for, because He'll give us a testimony so that we can share with somebody else. It's only a test. And the last step to being intentional, y'all, is to take action. Even if it's small. Set intentions for your day. serve, encourage, create, express gratitude, and show up for your purpose. Oftentimes, y'all, we show up for everybody else, but we don't show up for us. So show up for your purpose today. Show up for that you are called for. That you were placed on this earth to do. You didn't get dropped out of the sky. Everything may be in a disarray. Everything may be up in an uproar right now. Things may not be going the way that you want them to go. Take a moment. Sit back. Relax. Reflect. And shift this situation. You can shift it by understanding who you are, what you love to do, who you are. Figure out yourself. Be self-aware of you. And then examine your habits. Examine, how did you get there? What habits led you there? What habits can you develop that will take you away from this situation? And then how can you be intentional? How can you be intentional? Again, y'all, we are back. We are back. We are back. That was the five. That was the five steps to being intentional, y'all. We've been talking about shifting for the last couple of weeks. Um, the, wrapping up April and coming into this month, um, we have been talking about shifting, and we got to shift our mindset. We got to shift how we look at things, how we see things, in order to move, y'all. If you want something different, you got to do something different. You can't be the change that you desire to see doing the same thing that you did yesterday. Every day should be a new day, filled with grace and mercy. A new day to do something different, to be a better person, a better version of yourself than you were on yesterday. So, y'all, I thank you guys for tuning in for this half of Monday morning motivation. I said to try to make sure that I am obedient with my time. I committed to an hour. So to stay with my time, I want to make sure that I motivate you, encourage you, and give you all that good stuff at the beginning hour. I open it up so that we could have some individuals to come on, but y'all, no one has really been interested in coming on and really motivating. Everybody's just been about trying to, talk about their brand and promote their brand, and they're not really wanting to do that. Encouraging peace. So y'all, if I got to do it myself, I'm gonna come on here every Monday and encourage my people, because this is what God is, it's mandated for me to do. When he gave me this 5 years ago, he gave it to me to pour into the people, to motivate, to encourage, to educate, to empower, to help keep them on this journey. Because I know we all go through a lot and we experience a lot. And sometimes we just need that little extra that little extra encouragement, that little extra push that will get us started, and then that will help keep us on that journey. So that is what I'm trying to do over here on Mondays. So with that being said, y'all, I want to share a couple of things with you guys as I get ready to close out this Monday morning. Yeah, we here with the Crew Podcast, Aspiring Authors Magazine, and all of the platforms that are attached to what we do over here. I'm not on this. I'm not on this mission alone. There are so many other people that are attached to the things that I do, and that I try to attach myself to, just to be that pillar in the community, and that space for individuals to come. So y'all, what we are doing, y'all know I am a domestic violence survivor and a suicide attempt survivor. don't want to wait till the last minute, want to go ahead and get this out here so that we can go ahead and start promoting it and start getting individuals involved and getting individuals signed up. For the last 5 years, we have been doing a 24-hour takeover called Stomping Out Domestic Violence. How it works is every every speaker, every presenter, facilitator, whoever comes on, they can secure an hour to share their, if they have a book around domestic violence, anything that has to do with domestic violence, if it's a resource, if you are a community leader, however, you advocate for domestic violence. We are giving everybody a hour slot. Um, in the past, we've had individuals that have come on and secured 4 and 5 hour slots and then brought individuals on with them, and they just shared during that time. I'm willing to work with whoever, however you want to work with this. I just want different voices and different perspectives and different individuals. It is not just for females, it is open for our males too, because males experience domestic violence too. New York is one of the highest percentage of male domestic violence survivors and victims. But y'all, we want to bring awareness to domestic violence. September the 29th at 11:59 p.m. we will go live. We will stay live streaming from 11:59 September the 30th until October 1st, 11:59 p.m. So we will stream for 24 hours. Anyone that would like to share, anyone that would like to secure an hour, please come secure your hour. It is free to secure your spot. If you want me to advertise you on the podcast with the flyer, there is a $15 fee for the promotion, the advertisement, but your spot to share is free. You can come, you can share for free. If you don't want the promos, that's fine. You don't have to have the promos. It's just something extra that just allows to get a further reach, further visibility. The most important thing is that your message on domestic violence is heard, and that your story, whatever it is heard and seen around the globe, so that somebody that may be going through don't have to go through alone. So definitely want you guys to get attached to that. Also, for all of my urban fiction authors, all of those real life authors, all of those that have those memoirs that they don't want to talk about during the normal podcasting hours. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about incest. A lot of people don't want to talk about rape. A lot of people don't want to talk about sexual assault. A lot of people don't want to talk about a lot of things that have happened to them during prime hours. Y'all, we're doing a late night podcast at 10 o'clock on Mondays for those urban lit, those memoirs that may have the extra juicy topics and all those different things that some people deem inappropriate for prime time. I want to be an outlet because there's a reason why these individuals have these stories and have these books, and I want to hear and I want to be able to share, because there may be someone out there. There may be another Angela. There may be another Cheryl. There may be another Patrice. There may be another Shanette that needs to hear our story and need to hear how we got over. Need to hear how we got through being molested by a family member, being essayed by a family member, being all these different things that may have happened. You know, a lot of people taboo, don't want to talk about suicide attempts, don't want to talk about the different things that may have happened in our life. The real and raw Authors Lounge is going to be that place where you can come, share your journey, share your stories. Um, that is going to be a safe place. Every Monday, I'm going to highlight an author. We're going to truly highlight you, give you an opportunity to really share your brand. We're going to promote you. I have already created some information for that for those that want to go ahead and get signed up. Yeah, I'm trying to book out for the rest of the year, because I'm finna get on the road, finna be traveling. Want to make sure that I have everything, all my I's dotted and my T's crossed. So when I get out and start traveling, nothing is missed, nothing is over ref, nothing is distracted, and everything is going accordingly. So I'm trying to make sure I get some ducks in the rows so that we can make these things happen without error. So if you're out there um, and you want to be a part, get connected. We are also taking nominations for those domestic violence survivors and warriors. We have 7 categories that you can nominate a domestic violence survivor, or if you are a domestic violence survivor and you want to self-nominate, you can self-nominate as well. We're going to be having a virtual award show where we're going to be giving out these awards. Everyone that participate and win will get a digital certificate, and then those that win overall, they will receive award trophies that will be shipped directly to them. So those that win overall, we want to really recognize and honor those that um, have been victims of domestic violence, and we want to be able to share their story. So we have a couple of things that's floating around. So grab a couple of those JOLT forms if you need information. If you can't find the information and you need the information, please reach out to me, y'all. If there's any time that you want to be a part of something and you're not sure where to find the information, just reach out directly to me. Y'all know y'all can go over to Queen of Collaborations on Linktree and find out all of my contact information, how you can directly reach me, and all of that stuff. It's everything you need is right there on Linktree, Queen of Collaborations. Again, yeah, we got a lot going on, but it's an opportunity for you to get involved, an opportunity for you to connect, collaborate, create, and community building. Again, shout out to all of those authors that is a part of the 100 author movement, the Who's Who International Who's and Black and Brown creative and literary powerhouses. I'm excited to be able to recognize all of those active members. I'm excited to be able to be a part of what Patrice is getting ready to launch soon, y'all. Details are coming soon. I'm excited about it because it is something that I know that is needed for this community, and something that I know she's going to do very well at representing. So I am super, super proud of her and the endeavors that she's doing. I'm proud of all of those that are attached to not just the 100 author movement, but those that are attached to the Aspiring Authors Magazine and the Crew Podcast. Want to give a shout out to Gwen Smalls, who is going to be joining. She's one of our newest hosts that's going to be joining the crew in July. Well, mid June, July, we're going to start her training soon. And once she completes her 30-day training, her show will be launching. So look forward to her new show, When the Bow Breaks, coming to the Crew Podcast. Also, I'm putting out a plea putting out a plea for all my kings that want to amplify their voice, want to allow their voices to be heard, have a message that they want to share around the world. This is going to be your opportunity. I have 11 slots available on them kings of the airways. Yes, y'all have spoken. Y'all have requested this. Now we are providing it. We are providing a platform for our kings to come share those topics that are they are passionate about, share about their brand, share about whatever it is they would like to share during that space. That space is being dedicated to them. It's going to open up July 2025. Again, I'm excited about all that God is doing in all of our lives and the things that He's allowing each and every one of us to walk into. Because truly, 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 He didn't have to. But yeah, He saw fit. He saw fit for us to come out of our darkness into His marvelous light. And I thank Him for that. And I am forever grateful. Forever grateful. And I want to thank everyone that has been sharing, and tagging and just showing love with all the stuff that we have going on. I truly appreciate it. If you are in the Chicago area, June 14th and 15th, we will be in the Chicago area hosting a pop-up event, as well as honoring Coach Rachel as she dropped her book, From Poverty to Six Figures. She's dropping some nuggets, some tips all throughout this book that can help you go to the next level. So y'all, get your tickets. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Beat me there. Beat me there. And then go ahead and get involved in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Y'all, we coming to New York as well. Coming to New York as well. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And if there's anything on the broadcast today that you think may be beneficial to someone else, y'all share it with them. Share it with you guys back next week. Y'all have a great one.